Good morning, respected ones. We have been talking about different aspects of knowledge and knowing in different videos these days. Again, I have come back with a topic related to knowledge and knowing. It's nothing else but knowledge and schooling. Let's have a glance at this topic. As you know, school is not only a center of knowledge and knowing, but also a junction of variety of sources of knowledge and of different ways of knowing. We have discussed different sources of knowledge and different ways of knowing. And we can see some particular sources of knowledge at particular locations. And we can see particular ways of knowing at particular places. But if we think about school is a junction. School is a center of different sources of knowledge and different ways of knowing. School has got its own peculiarities. So let's think about different aspects of this topic: school, knowledge and schooling. If you are asked to define school, how would you define a school? Maybe school is a place where small children are getting formal knowledge. Maybe the definition we are giving, but actually school is not restricted for small children. School is any educational institution. You can call college also as a school. See, the Department of Education under Kannur University, located at Dharmashala, is known as School of Pedagogical Sciences. And the courses offered by this Department of School of Pedagogical Sciences, Kannur University School of Pedagogical Sciences, are B.Ed and M.Ed. Then school is a formal institution where people are given formal courses and programs on the basis of prescribed curriculum. And schooling is the process of providing formal education to people by using some institutions. So let's look at different aspects of schooling and knowledge, or knowledge and schooling. First of all, we can look at different sources of knowledge which we can see at school. Teachers, books, trips, experience, projects, experiments. Teachers. When we talk about general sources of knowledge, we talked about experts. And you can see specialized experts in different subjects at schools. Teachers are the centers of knowledge. During the ancient days, teachers were great scholars who could provide knowledge in any genre of education. Though teachers have become specialized in one or two subjects nowadays, still we considered teachers as centers of knowledge. Because if you look at teachers, they can speak on any topic, though after preparation. Because they have got the base. They have got the base, or they have got the capacity to learn any topic out of their experience, academic experience. And see, at times we will be able to write examinations by listening to some great teachers even without reading books, because you can get some points from the tongues of your teachers which you can never see in written books. Then another source of knowledge which you can see at school is books. And see, textbooks are there. Textbooks are something significant for education, because in textbooks you can see the topics included in the syllabus. So if there are textbooks, then you can prepare for the examination in an easier manner. And similarly, in educational institutions you can see libraries. And there is a peculiarity for school libraries. In school libraries you cannot see each and every book, this and that. You can see only some academic books or useful books. Nothing else will be there in the school library. If you visit some other libraries, you can see some useless books too. I mean, we cannot tell useless, but I mean some books which are for time passing. But at school libraries you can see only useful books, only academic books, only some important books, only some significant books. So it will be providing you more knowledge on different topics. And then trips are there. And trips are journeys to different places. And it will provide you some experiences, some social knowledge. And trips also can be a source of knowledge. We forgot this one when we were talking about different sources of knowledge. Actually, trips are fantastic sources of knowledge. When you make a journey, you will be able to meet different types of people who have got different socio-cultural backgrounds, different personalities, different behavioral patterns, different skills, different talents. And when you conduct a trip, you are getting different types of knowledge, lots of knowledge, lots of pieces of knowledge. Then experience. At school you can see experience as a source of knowledge, because at times your teachers will be giving you some works and maybe some programs will be there, and through these programs, activities, events, functions, you are getting new experiences. You are fortunate enough to have new academic experiences. Then projects are sources of knowledge. When you are requested to conduct a project, and during the time of conducting the project you are getting some knowledge. For example, if you are asked to create a video, a short video as a project, then there will be a group and each group member will be given different duties, and you can know about different aspects of a a short film. So maybe different projects are there. Then experiments. At school you can see laboratories. And laboratories are some places where you can go through some experiments. Maybe you are going through some experiments which have already been done by some others, some other people, but you are getting the basic idea on how to conduct experiments for inventing new things, for discovering new ideas. So all these are there. Some other sources are there. For example, your senior students, some of your classmates, and they can act as MK or more knowledgeable others. So these are the sources of knowledge at school. Now we can look at the ways of knowing at school. Perception. Yeah. If your teachers are great teachers, they will allow you to make use of your sense organs for watching new things, and they will help you to perceive new ideas. And perception is a way of knowing which is used at educational institutions, especially during the early stages of life. In LKGs and UKGs and in primary schools, teachers are trying to give some training for the sense organs so that to make the students perceive more things by using their sense organs. Then reading. I think nowadays we are reading something only at school. We may be reading, some people may be reading something extra, but it's rare. When we are at school, we will go to the library and we will be reading something. Then inside the classroom we will be reading something, and with our peers we will be reading something. And reading is a way of knowing in school. Then discussion. Nowadays we are making use of constructivist classrooms or issue-based classrooms. And nowadays teachers are not giving some ready-made notes or new philosophies, new educational philosophies tell that teachers should not give ready-made notes. Teachers should not teach each and everything. Teachers should make use of discussions, group discussions. Then through group discussions we are getting more points. I do not want to explain the advantages because I have already explained the advantages of discussion when I was talking about different ways of knowing in another video. So nowadays we are creating groups among our students, and we are making them discuss different topics among them, and this will be giving them some collaborative experience, and there will be more points will be given to your students when there is discussion. Then activities. Nowadays we are making use of activity oriented classrooms. Different types of activities are enacted inside the classrooms, and this is something called learning by doing. For example, if you have to teach how to communicate with a customer, if you are an officer, then nowadays the teachers are expected to create a conversation between an officer and a customer inside the classroom by making the students officers and customers. So activities are there as a way of knowing in schools. Then projects. Again, projects are it can be considered as a source as well as an activity. Then experimentation. I told you that laboratories are there, and you can make your students learn something through some experimentation inside the laboratory. Then reasoning, and this is a fantastic method which a teacher can use at school, making the students connect different points and reach new conclusion. And this is actually happening at school, and learning to know will be there. Then discovery, and here nowadays we are making use of the psychological theory of Jeromus Brunner, that is called discovery learning theory. And the teachers are not teaching each and everything, but teachers will be asking some questions, and through questions, through instructions, through guidelines, through suggestions, through recommendations, and through directions, teachers will be creating a feeling inside the students that they are discovering something new, though the knowledge is already discovered by someone else. And this will create a tendency of discovering new things in your students. So discovery is used as a way of knowing at schools, or discovery should be used as a way of knowing at educational institutions instead of the one-way communication sessions done by teachers. Then problem solving. Different types of problems are presented before students. And according to Paulo Freire, you should introduce problems before your students. And he called it problem posing education or critical pedagogy. Students have got critical thinking capacity, and you should give them opportunity for thinking about different contemporary issues, and let them solve the problems themselves, and you can give some assistance to solve the problems. So all these are used as the ways of knowing or methods of acquiring knowledge at schools. Now look at the peculiarities of school knowledge, or the relationship between knowledge and schooling. So we have to talk about the peculiarities. There are some special features which you can see in the case of knowledge which you are getting from schooling, and which you cannot see in the case of informal knowledge which you get from your surroundings. Let's look at these peculiarities or specialities of school knowledge or schooling. It provides specialized knowledge. From our surroundings, we learn something randomly. Accidentally, we learn something. And we learn different things related to different subjects and topics. But at school, you are getting specialized knowledge. Because in schools you can see, or in educational institutions you can see prescribed curriculum. And the curriculum or the curricula are expected to include selected items. You are selecting some important items by avoiding unnecessary items. So it provides you specialized knowledge or standard knowledge. That is something important for, and moreover, after the earlier stages of education, you will be selecting some special subjects like BA English, BSc Mathematics, BSc Physics, BSc Chemistry, BA History, BA Sociology, BA Arabic. Right? So you are becoming specialized in some subjects. So specialized knowledge can be acquired from school. Then schooling helps in accurate concept formation. And concept formation is an important aspect of learning or knowledge. You should be able to categorize different things in some concepts. For example, concept of bird, concept of animal, concept of human being, right? So different concepts are there. And this systematic concept learning will be occurring at school. Because at school you will learn different aspects of different things. And on the basis of the common things you can make categories, and this creation of category is known as concept formation. So at school you can see accurate concept formation. Now, schooling helps in systematic arrangement of different pieces of knowledge. Right? You are learning mathematics, you are learning English language, you are learning Malayalam language or your mother tongue, you are learning science. And different pieces of knowledge can be combined together. And if you think about the same topic, the same subject, maybe different topics are there. And you can see there will be some chronological order in the case of topics in textbooks and in curricula. And this will be giving you a systematic arrangement in your mind too. If you look at a schematic theory, according to Piaget, and Piaget states that as a part of his schematic theory that we are storing new schemata in our brain on the basis of the already stored schemata or schema. So there should be a systematic arrangement of schemata. Yeah, there should be an order. So this systematic ordering occurs at educational institutions. Because for learning something new, we should learn something else first. That first thing should learn first. It should not be learned second. The thing which we have to learn first should be learned first. And then only we have to learn the second thing. And this systematic arrangement you can see at schools. And this is on the basis of the growth and development, the concept of growth and development. Right? So when we teach something to our children, we should think about the growth and development, the capacity of the students. And on the basis of the psychological theories, on the basis of the psychological concepts of growth and development, we are preparing curriculum. So this systematic arrangement of points you can see at educational institutions. Then schooling helps in cultivating scientific attitude in students. One of the most important aims of education nowadays is creation of scientific temper in students. According to the modern educationists, students should not live with beliefs and customs. Students should keep some scientific attitude towards each and every aspect of his life. And this scientific temper can be created at schools according to modern educationists. So schooling helps in cultivating scientific attitude or temper in people. Schooling helps in cultivating reading habit. This is a wonderful aspect of schooling, because we start reading books at school, and sometimes if your teacher is a person who wants to make you develop your reading skill, he will be recommending some books. And at school, we have got some library hours. So at educational institutions, we have got some library hours, and we will go there. So schooling helps in cultivating reading habit. Developing reading habit in students. And reading is an important way of knowing, And schooling provides standard linguistic skills. Though we learn our mother tongue from our parents or surroundings, we learn the standard mother tongue, even the standard mother tongue at school. Yes, we will see some changes in our language after starting getting education at school. So after starting the process of schooling, so it gives us some standard linguistic skills. We gradually remove or give up some colloquial usages, some awkward usages in our language. Then schooling assists in sharpening the naturally acquired knowledge. See, in 1986 educational policy, government declared that functional literacy programs would be enacted or executed by the government. So I have told in another video that new dimensions are there in the case of functional literacy. The first one is making all the people able to use the ability to read, write, and the mathematical skill in day-to-day activities. Another aspect of functional literacy is that providing training, modern training to traditional farmers and industrialists. And see, if your father is an electrician, you will get some knowledge, or you will get some principles of electrical works. But when you go to school, you will learn more systematic principles, scientific principles related to electrical works, and this schooling will sharpen the naturally acquired knowledge. There is a concept of trained laborers and untrained laborers. By using trained laborers, you can get more benefit within a lesser span of time. And nowadays, different governments of different countries have started thinking about giving training to traditional workers and laborers, because they have got some practical knowledge, and if they will be given some modern training, or if they will be given, they will be provided some knowledge, some systematic knowledge of the principles behind different aspects related to their work, it can create wonders. The schooling assists in sharpening the naturally acquired knowledge. For example, if a child has got some wonderful skill in drawing pictures, you can sharpen his skill of drawing pictures by giving some instructions in drawing pictures. So schooling assists in sharpening the naturally acquired knowledge. Then schooling assists in developing accurate problem solving skill, and some people will be against this one because some people believe that accurate problem solving skill will be acquired from actual life situations. But in some cases you can see that at educational institutions students are provided systematic steps one after one in solving different problems. So there will be a systematic nature in the case of problem solving skill if you get formal education, according to some people. You can agree or disagree. Then schooling provides powerful knowledge. See, if you speak to a person and if you claim something, you may be able to speak and speak, but you may fail in the discussion or in the debate just because you haven't got any scientific or logical proof, because you haven't got the powerful knowledge. You have got knowledge, but you are not able to prove your knowledge. And at school you are getting the reasoning power, you are getting the rational power, and at school you are getting different aspects of a particular topic, and you can give authentic points when there is a discussion or debate. You can tell why it is so, why it isn't so, and you can answer any sort of questions related to a particular topic if your knowledge is powerful. And if you have got some academic education, some people believe that your knowledge becomes powerful. That means you will be able to present authentic points on any topic. Right? Then schooling provides professional knowledge. You might have got great knowledge, great degree of knowledge, but you will not be appointed by any company without having the certificate from a college or school. That means nowadays job oriented courses are there, and nowadays education has become professional oriented. So after school education, I mean the primary school education or the elementary school education or the secondary school education, everything is specialized, everything is job oriented. So if you get academic schooling, you will become professional, and that is something important in the modern era. And schooling provides information on different sources of knowledge, and this is one of the most significant aspects of schooling, because when you get academic knowledge, you will get idea on different websites, different online platforms, different blog sites. You will get idea on different books. So you will get ideas on different sources of knowledge. That means even after completing an academic educational course, even after completing your schooling, you will not be forced to stop your academic growth, because you have got an idea on how to develop, how to improve, how to go on update your knowledge and skill, because you have got great idea on different sources of knowledge from your educational institutions. That is something nice. So, my dear students, or my dear friends, my dear brothers, my dear respected ones, this is something about knowledge and schooling.